You've been posting, maybe for months, maybe even longer, LinkedIn updates, YouTube videos, or maybe both. At some point, you looked at the numbers and felt that slow, quiet deflation. A few likes, some impressions, maybe a comment from someone you already know, and you thought, this is not working. So you did what most people do. You either pulled back by posting less, or you kept going out of sheer obligation, with zero confidence it was doing anything for your business. Either way, you stopped believing content was actually a path to new clients. Here's what I want to say to you before anything else. The problem wasn't your effort, it wasn't your ideas, it wasn't the algorithm or your production quality, or the fact that you're not a natural on camera. The problem was the architecture. Once I walk you through what I mean by that, you're not going to be able to unsee it. The real problem? Most B2B content fails for one reason. It's built to perform, not convert. And those are two very different things. Performing content gets reach, impressions, views, maybe some follows. Converting content builds trust, and trust is the only thing that actually turns a stranger into a client. The frustrating part is that performing content and converting content can look almost identical from the outside. Same format, same topics, but one of them has an underlying logic, a deliberate architecture, and one of them is just filling a posting schedule. There are 4 specific reasons this breaks down for a B2B company. I want to walk through all of them because even if one of these is true for you right now, it explains everything. Reason 1, no positioning logic. Your content isn't anchored to a clear point of view. You're sharing insights, you're putting out tips, maybe some case studies, but they don't add up to a coherent worldview. Someone can watch 5 of your videos and still not know who you help, what you actually believe, or why they should listen to you over anyone else in your space. Think about it like a consultant who goes to a networking event and answers every question with, "It depends." Technically correct, completely forgettable. Because positioning isn't just your niche, it's your lens. It's the consistent perspective that makes your content feel like it comes from someone with a specific, hard-won point of view. Imagine 2 financial advisors. One posts general money tips, save more, diversify your portfolio. The other posts specifically about why high-earning professionals in their 40s are over-indexed on real estate and what to do about it. Same platform, same effort, but the second one owns a conversation in your head. That's positioning. Without that, your content is just adding to the noise. It might get consumed, but it won't get remembered. And it won't create an association that makes someone think of you when they have a problem you solve. Reason 2, wrong content mix. Most B2B creators default to one mode, educational tips. And that's not wrong, but it's only one gear. The mistake is thinking that if you just teach enough, trust will follow automatically. It won't. A content system that actually builds authority needs 3 things working together. You need content that demonstrates expertise, that shows you understand the problem at a deep level. You need content that provides proof, case studies, outcomes, testimonials, real results. And you need content that expresses a strong perspective, something that takes a stand, challenges an assumption, or names something that your buyer has felt but never heard articulated. Think about a surgeon. If all they did was explain how surgeries work, you'd find them interesting, but you wouldn't necessarily book a consultation. What earns your trust is the combination. They explain the procedure, they show you outcomes from past patients, and they tell you clearly what they'd recommend for your specific situation. That's the mix: education plus proof plus perspective. If you're only posting tips, you're teaching, but you're not leading. And your buyers don't hire teachers, they hire people they trust to take accountability for the decisions. That confidence comes from the mix, not just the volume. Reason number 3, no funnel intention. Every piece of content should know where it sits in a journey. Is it pulling in a cold audience who's never heard of you? Is it deepening trust with people who already follow you? Or is it moving a warm prospect closer to booking a call? Those are 3 completely different jobs, and content that tries to do all of them at once usually does none of them well. When there's no funnel intention, you end up with what I'd call random acts of value. You share something useful, they consume it, and nothing moves. No next steps, no shift in their thinking. No reason to come back or reach out. Imagine a salesperson who has great conversations, genuinely helpful, warm, and knowledgeable, but never asks for that next step. Every meeting ends with, "Great chat, let's stay in touch." They're liked, but they're not closing anything. Content without funnel intention is the same problem. You're great to be around, but you're not guiding anyone anywhere. The fix isn't complicated, but it requires being intentional. Before you create anything, ask yourself 2 questions. What does this person believe before they see this? And what do I want them to believe after? That's the job description for every piece of content. If you can't answer it, you don't have a content problem, you have a direction problem. And no amount of posting is going to fix that, unfortunately. And finally, reason number 4, treating LinkedIn like a billboard. This one is specific to LinkedIn, obviously, and it might be the most common mistake I see. LinkedIn gets used as a broadcast channel. Post, hope, move on. But LinkedIn is not a broadcast platform. It's a conversation platform. The mechanics of the algorithm, the way the feed surfaces content, the way people actually use it, all of it is built around dialogue, not announcement. The comments, the DMs, the back and forth on a post, that's not vanity. That's where the relationships actually form. If you're posting without responding to comments thoughtfully, without using strong posts as an excuse to reach out to someone directly, without letting content open the door that you then walk through, then you're using the platform against its own design. It's like renting a booth at a trade show and then standing behind the table with your arms crossed, waiting for people to approach you. Yeah, you showed up, you have a presence, but you're not working the room. LinkedIn rewards the people who work the room, who treat every post as a conversation starter, not a finished statement. YouTube works differently. It's a search engine. People come looking for something specific, and your content has to do more of the heavy lifting up front, which is why positioning and funnel intention matter even more there. But the principle is the same: understanding the platform's native behavior and build with it, not against it. Okay, so let's pull this all together, because I don't want to leave you with 4 problems and no direction. The right content system has a clear positioning layer, a defined point of view that every piece of content reinforces, so your audience builds a coherent picture of who you are and why you're the one to listen to. It has a deliberate content mix, not just tips, but proof that you've done this before, and perspective that shows you think differently. It has funnel intention baked in. Each piece knows what job it's doing in the journey, and is designed to move someone from one state of belief to the next. And it treats each platform according to how it actually works. LinkedIn as a conversation engine, YouTube as a long-form trust builder. None of that requires more content. In some cases, it might even require less, but sharper and more deliberate, built around a system instead of a schedule. When this is working, you'll notice it in a specific way. It won't just be more impressions or more views, it'll be the right people reaching out. People who already feel like they know you, who have already done some of the trust building work before they ever even get on a call with you. That's what a content system that actually converts feels like. If this changed how you're thinking about your content, that's exactly what I'm here for. I put out this kind of thinking every week. Practical, specific, and built for B2B companies who are serious about using video to build real authority. If that's useful to you, follow along. There's more coming that connects directly to what we talked about today. I'll see you in the next one.